Right, so today we're going to go through part one of the snatch areas. We're going to talk about the start position and how you pull the bar from the floor. So the first thing we're going to look at is the start position. What we've got first of all is Tom's in the hook grip. If you can show us your palm of your hand on one of your hands. This is the hook grip. All he's holding his thumb against the bar and wrapping the rest of his fingers around it. Extremely important. Do it. Next thing we're looking for is that he maintains an even balance over the foot, so he's not heel dominant, he's not on his toes, he's got maximum contact with the ground. His shins are almost against the bar, he needs to push out against his elbows pointing outwards, and his shoulders are slightly over the bar. You do not want to have your shoulders in front of, in line with or slightly over. What we see commonly is a thing called the stripper pull. The way it gets cued and the way it gets taught is we get taught to kind of pull away from the floor. What that tends to make the athlete do is to have the hips shoot up at an excessive rate while the shoulders stay down. It's not an optimal position to put them in for a good power position and receiving the bar overhead. So Tom's going to show you. He's going to do a fine example of an awful first pull. Cool. There you go. You all see from the side as well, if you look at 45 degrees and you can see what happens to his feet. Like, we want to have maximal time in contact with the ground to make sure we can put as much force into the ground as possible. So if you watch Tom's toes again, this is really common as well because people want to go excessively in the heels. Those toes come up. Yeah, that literally is how it looks. Cool. It normally happens with that knees out cue. When people say knees out, they also tend to kind of roll outside of the foot, and you want to have the foot in contact with the ground for as long as possible and evenly balanced over the full foot. So the next thing we're going to look at is how to cue him to squat the bar from the ground versus pull the bar from the ground. Normally cueing the pull from the ground makes people think, well, because they've got more experience to it, they start thinking about a deadlift. We don't want to deadlift the bar from the ground. That's a hinge pattern, not a squat pattern. We want to get him used to pushing his feet through the ground in order to pull the bar from the ground. So, if he gets himself set, again you can see he's got a point of contact with the bar and the shins, his knees pushed out hard against the elbow. That's the bottom of his squat. A good way to cue him to start the first pull, which from the shin to the knee, is to push his feet through the ground and control the rate at which the hips and the shoulders rise. Everything should come up at the same time. Okay. You can see right from the side there that the first pull is pretty much a straight line. If you watch the collars here, you can see that first pull is going to be a straight line. When Tom starts his first pull, if he's not got himself in an optimal position, it's going to affect the first pull. But when the bar starts moving, you want to have your shoulders in line with or slightly in front of the bar for as long as possible. People are really keen to start getting the shoulders back, but that will affect the bar path in the first bit. It wants to go in a straight line. Anything that Tom does to affect that is going to negatively impact on his lift. So when he gets set up now, you can see that so we're going to go round the knees. So the common area is that he goes round his knees. So you see when he pulls? Yeah, he's so keen to get his shoulders back. Like, that's a nothing, that's not a squat, it's not a hinge, he's not going to go anywhere from there, he's missed his lift. What we want to see instead is, watch how he controls the rate at which his shoulders and his hips rise, he pushes his feet through the floor, and he keeps his shoulders over the bar for as long as possible. That means his shins go almost vertical, keeping that bar in a straight line.
Another team.
She'll have to do water, won't she? Phil?
We're on.
Come and snatch 100. Alright, then I'll give it a good go. I always will.
Do you remember when you did though? When you're like, you're not done anything for about
test of fitness, you mean?
Test of fitness. 97, mate. When I snatched 60 cold, I felt both my wrists snap.
Was the 97.5 heavy enough to put it into place?
It was still only power, wasn't it? It was
just.
only just under power.
Was it?
It was like, it was still power.
Fair one, mate. You're strong, lad, aren't you?
Fat as fuck, mate. That's why.
That's kind, aren't you?
Fat strength.
Alright, quick one today. Today's podcast we're going to talk about are you overtraining or are you under-recovered? Just going to go over a couple of things. So, signs of overtraining. The ones we normally see in the gym are people who feel a complete lack of energy, motivation, they're in a shit mood. Might have a lack of appetite, no sex drive, and then performing poorly in the gym. And then in work, in life as well, just generally feeling awful.
Does it sound like anyone's weekly?
It's me!
Is it? Yeah.
I've had those then.
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, but then
lack of energy, I got. Mate, that was when I was training twice a day.
Yeah.
No tugs!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that, because have we all done it before?
Yeah. It's like
I've done it.
a lot of people are on.
Hey, giddy.
Walking up the stairs in my old job, like when I worked in the hospital,
Heart rate spikes.
mate, not making it up the stairs, just like on the banister.
But in the morning, that morning though, before work, you're doing rowing intervals.
Yeah, because I had to.
I'm well fit, me. I'm well
in the
fit.
program.
Oh yeah, because you have to, because it's in your program.
I'm fit, mate, but I can't get upstairs.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, these are just all symptoms of when you're doing too much. You're not there. You're not at that level for that volume. You're just doing too much.
It's hard. It's normally hard to measure until it's happened, isn't it? Like until you're in the worst bit.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to properly fuck up before you realise, and then get better again to realise how badly you felt. Like,
Do you know when I passed out from that jerk? Right?
And you never shown us the video.
I think about it every day.
You know. But do you reckon that's how like knock-on effects? Because like I was Wednesday, I was just demonstrating empty bar snatch. I went man down,
Yeah.
cold sweats, head spinning.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
That's maybe just a slight blood pressure. Maybe something's like
Well,
it's
it's
just
brain-
taken
When
like
was
it's
it?
delayed.
Well, it's
Couple
brain
of
damage.
3, wasn't it?
3 weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot safer, but than getting knocked out. But it's very fit like an
Similar to it,
impact.
just do it. Yeah,
But
just
it's sim-
so.
Yeah. You know,
Cool.
your body was
Honestly,
under an
there's
unreal
certain
amount.
times I've walked into the like I cancelled the rest of my Wednesday morning because I felt awful. And me the cold sweats came on straight away. Went home, I went like got some scarf. I'd no sleep anyway. Came back in, and as soon as I hit the farm again and picked up my first bar, and I was like, oh, I feel awful again.
A bit of knock on. Maybe you'll never bounce back. Maybe that's
No,
it.
there's nothing about
Maybe
fun,
it's
is there?
over.
Just, it is what it is, isn't it?
Just lying down at rock bottom.
I'll never
getting
lift
something.
again.
Yeah.
So, these are all obvious things, and you just have to be honest with yourself. Do you feel like shit? Now, what we're going to talk about is how can you improve that? How can you start recovering as well as you train? Because sometimes you've got to match it. You might be missing out on a couple of things. So sleep, that's probably I'd say that's the big one. 7.5 to 9 hours is going to be ideal for most people.
You get that, yeah? Well, I know we've talked
He says
about it
ideal,
before.
it doesn't mean realistic.
Ideal.
Not realistic.
Yeah. Mate, I get like
Yeah.
5.5, 6, and then maybe a little nap in the day.
But would you like more? Would you
Mate,
like
I would
more?
love more. Yeah, like past couple of nights I got maybe like 1 hour extra.
Brilliant.
I felt gleaming.
Makes a big difference.
You know, like coaching in the morning and just being like, oh, I can be a human.
Yeah.
It does. Like 1 hour makes all the difference.
I've got a bit more closer to the where I don't have to work as many early mornings, and that's made a massive difference. Instead of getting to like 3 or 4 o'clock feeling like I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
I think there's certain decisions you can make, like this what before. Like I was speaking to one of them on Tuesday, and they were saying like, my last other she'll finish work and she'll finish work like 10:15. She'll come home, and just because she's got some time to herself, she'll sit watching shit.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones or something for like
It's not shit though.
for like an hour and a bit, like 2 episodes, just because she thinks it's me time.
Yeah.
It's a complete waste of
But
time.
then you've got-
and she's
but then-
knackered the next day because she's got to get up for
You've
whatever.
got a young baby. You've got a young
Yeah.
child who's going to be up in the night, and then you're
Yeah.
up early with her, and it's like.
Sometimes you've got to make sacrifices like
Yeah.
socially just to
Mate,
get it all head down.
I've left the gym, got home at 9:30, and I'm literally scoff in the shower and in bed within 20 minutes.
Oh, I've got better at that.
Yeah, and it's just about like little things like put your phone away.
Mm.
And the thing is, even if you do get in bed at the right time, if you're dicking about on your phone, messaging your mates and everything, that bright screen in your face, like
Always
you're not when you get in
that's
bed,
what it always is.
and your mind's working.
You
You're
get a
not
meeting through and
relaxing.
you're like, oh, how can I beat that?
Mate, I was in
That's
bed
it.
the other night, right, and my bird was like, just put your phone away. I'm literally there. I go Instagram, nothing. Email, nothing new. Facebook, nothing. Instagram, oh, one comment, and then you're just going through this cycle for like 30
45 minutes.
and then if there's nothing, then you just start scrolling. You're like,
I can't take
Yeah,
it.
and
the
you're not
thing
even
is-
looking at anything.
Nah.
And before you know it,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, your alarm.
And the thing is, yeah, but this is the time to start relaxing and shutting down.
yeah,
So
you don't need
if you can that like half an hour, 45 minutes, and bright lights, bright screens. Anyway, if you can get them.
So how would you
naffed
do
off.
that? I started doing, and sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, to be honest. But I always put, like, charge my phone at night, and if I do charge it, I'll go and put it on the other side of the room, like, didn't leave it next to my bed.
It's an effort then
I
to go
start,
over.
yeah, and then when the alarm goes up, I've got to get up,
You've
but I
got to get
also
up, yeah.
won't go
One
and get
thing,
it just to check.
one thing you can do on your iPhone is you can preset a bedtime alarm.
Yeah, I got that,
And that can be not the time you go to bed, but the prompt of like, right, now it's time to.
If you want your X amount of sleep, then you go with
I think the main thing is he's just he sounds mental and probably not done it since you were 5, but having a bedtime routine, like getting yourself right. It's 9 o'clock. I'm up at 6, so I'm gonna start sorting my shit out, brushing my teeth, having a little read of whatever, of an actual book, not some bright screen, and then just start getting yourself ready to be asleep for 10 o'clock, and you're gonna get your 8 hours.
There's going to be times where, or it might just be that you just physically can't. If people work late and they're up early, and it is what it is.
You've just got to make but you've got to make. I feel like you've just got to make the most of it. Like if you know the max you can get is 7 hours sleep, get 7 hours. Don't think, oh well, it's fucked anyway. I'll just stay up watching Catchphrase. Get in bed and get. I don't know why that came to mind. I meant the chase. Just get it in.
Catchphrase every time.
That's the biggest thing I think you improve. Moving on, nutrition, eating.
Tom's favourite thing.
You're undereating. Talk about this, man.
Undereating.
Everyone's
Let's
undereating.
battle it.
I don't even want you to carry on the podcast. I want you to go to Barbary.
Double chicken and I'll pay an extra £2.
He's so good that I can keep a low body weight and still batter on the weights. He hates it, man. Push person yokes and that. What?
Snatch 100.
You just showed me that video.
So
for like 2001.
Yeah, done it once. Are you undereating? That's one massive thing, and then it'll be sporadic. So 5 days out of the week, because of your busy work schedule or whatever, you might have 1,000 calories a day, and then just binge on the weekend. You're like, why am I flabby? Why is my performance bad? Why have I got no intensity in the gym? Just have a look at what you're eating.
These are also interesting. The signs of overtraining. Like when we're going through all these, like refer back to what we said at the start, like the lack of energy. You look at when you get going, or you eat, sometimes you can even feel up for it. You warm up and your heart rate spikes at 180, and you're like, I am hanging out, I'm dangling.
Have you ever been halfway through training and your tummy starts rumbling? You're like, oh my god, I'm fucking.
It's just sacked it.
No, never.
I can't eat on an
Got
I can't eat on an empty stomach. I can definitely do that. I can't exercise on an empty stomach. Like people just come in.
I do all mine in the morning, and I haven't eaten since the previous.
Yeah.
It comes into fasting and everything, but the main thing
Well,
is.
then you probably eat straight after. Make sure you.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, but you got to think throughout. In that day, have you eaten a certain amount, and that'll depend on your body size, but mainly your activity as well. Like if you're training a lot, that's the point of this. You need to match what you're doing with your lifestyle.
So, what's it like? Just because we're going over it quick, what's like a good starting point if you think you might be undereating? What do you do?
If you think you might be undereating, I think you should.
Most people don't think that undereating. Yeah. That's the biggest problem. I think is most people don't.
Any change you make has to be a small one, because if you make a huge one, you might not stick to it, and it's too big. But so if you added
signs of undereating,
a little bit more.
Signs of undereating. What signs of undereating? Because
no gains.
Ask anyone.
Lack of.
Do you think you're eating too much? There's no chance.
Yeah.
Or do you think you're undereating? There's no chance. I'm probably eating too much, and the real answer is probably they're undereating.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to one of the girls on the weekends. I'm fine. I was talking to one of the girls on the weekend, just gone there, and she says she was getting like her signs of overtraining and chronic lack of sleep. I think we know what you're talking about. Was massive inflammation. It looked like she was gaining weight. She wasn't actually gaining weight, but her face was properly puffed up, like bad complexion and whatnot, and that was through sleep.
Skin.
But also, and now she started making the effort, even with the awful shift patterns, to sleep more, but also to eat more. Like the inflammation goes down. So one of the telltale signs can be look at the quality of your skin.
Yeah.
Like that's a real. I think that's obvious. Like look at dark circles. Like dark circles it's not doesn't just appear. There's a reason it appears.
Spots, like getting spots when you're 30 years old, like you're not 12 anymore.
With that really rise, like you said, it's like your liver and kidneys are clearly not happy. Your hydration's obviously terrible.
Yeah.
Other than that, is it worth looking at maybe how many calories you are eating?
Yeah, I'd track it.
Go.
I think starting point is tracking what you are eating. Do a full week. To be really honest, don't just track the good stuff, track the bad stuff.
Put the Twixes in, man.
Just put everything in.
Yeah.
Someone said that to me today. Oh, I went 5 guys, but I didn't track that. I'm like, track it, because now we know then, don't we? Like if you mess up or not mess up.
Even on the weekend when you know you're gonna eat shit. track it.
You also
because
you also got to do it on that day, because could you tell me what you eat? Don't you talk?
Yeah, I
Could you tell
understand.
me what you ate yesterday? I've probably forgotten. I couldn't say exactly everything I had, exactly how much water I had, exactly everything. So
Yeah.
you've got to do it on the day.
Sometimes it's like what helps some people is by filling in what they're gonna eat, like tomorrow's.
Prep the plan.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
and
go
then it's
through
in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like start off with tracking it, all the good and all the bad, and then if you are under eating, add a little bit. Don't add a load. Just add a small increment and go from there, and then see what happens to your energy and monitor it.
So my fitness
Play around
pal.
with us. Yeah.
My fitness pal is probably the easiest way.
And it's never going to be 100% accurate, but it's the best guideline that you've got, really.
Good starting point.
Yeah. Next one. Moving on to those are the big two: sleep and nutrition. Next one, we've put in like cold showers and ice baths. You ever experiment with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the cold showers. If it ages now.
Yeah.
Boys up.
I've had a cold shower every day for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm on one of them fucking boiler things that you have to heat up, so I'm always forgetting and just having cold showers.
Just go.
Because if I don't, I'll stink.
How good do you feel afterwards, though?
Hanging.
I feel class me afterwards.
feel
Love
good
it.
afterwards.
Nice
Feel
warm
really
shower
good.
any day.
And then moving on to the next standard ones: stretching, mobility work, even some massage.
Anything that's going to make you feel like better, whether that's happier, because that could mean going into like just do it like on your rest days and that when they say get out the gym, what they mean is don't get out the gym and then go and think about the gym, look on YouTube, watch the fittest on earth. They mean go and do something that's going to make you feel better. So like go for a walk or go and do another hobby, whatever. Like this is all part of recovery.
The best description of a rest day I saw was having a day that makes you feel absolutely 100% for the next day, for the next training day.
Yeah.
I like an hour active recovery row. Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, it's not
Active
recovery, is
what does
it?
that mean?
It's aerobic work. It's not recovery.
If you are
Challenge.
programmed active recovery, go for a walk, man. Just go.
Yeah.
Don't come in the gym, set up an assault bike, and just stare at the shutter door.
Stare
for
at
an
a
hour,
wall.
man.
Let's call it what it is.
What if that makes you happy
Aerobic
though?
work.
What if that, like you were saying, do what makes you happy? What if that
I'd
makes you
strongly suggest you explore other avenues that could make you happier.
Yeah. One thing we have as well with a lot of people on competition programs, they're all everyone's dead keen and everyone's really eager and driven and motivated. But if they feel absolutely knackered or sore, they won't take a rest day if there's something programmed that day. So one thing I think, if you do feel battered one day for whatever reason, just take that day as a rest day.
Which is the problem with when we go back to generic competition programming, because it's not for the individual and they never actually get any one-to-one contact with someone.
Yeah.
The program doesn't care if you're knackered. It doesn't take into account how you feel. Like, and no one ever asks you how do you feel. They're just like on the next day.
3 RM on Wednesday, 10 hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
and
tough
hopefully
shit.
common sense will come in, which it never very rarely does. And they just, I've had like good level ones where they can't touch the toes, but the program says deadlift day, and they're almost in tears with straps on, chalk and the straps on, and then just like just don't do it.
My program's changed because my Monday and Tuesday are always like really like tough, so I have Wednesdays off. Because if I trained on Wednesday, it'd be like be no intensity in the session.
Yeah, my Mondays are minging, but simple. Saturdays with team training, and the rest are just do it one.
Yeah, improving.
You're not gonna get worse by having a day off. You're only gonna get better. If you feel that bad, it's only gonna get better.
What's the point of coming in and training badly? Having no energy. Psychologically you'll take a big hit as well, because how disappointed will you be in yourself that you've trained and you've not got anything out of the session other than just wasting time.
I was getting like sick all the time. Like physically like colds.
Yeah, that's a big way.
All the time.
One thing like that will show it, like we've mentioned, it rings under your eyes, and like hormonal responses as well, like that show up in your skin, and like another one as well is like what happens when you go to the toilet. Like if I know it's minging, but if your poo isn't like solid and it's minging, normally like something's not functioning right.
What's the perfect poo?
Go and Google it.
Who's that chick who has it in the Tupperware and she just buzzes off poos, and she's always on telly looking at poos and that.
Is that my point?
She's a doctor. I don't even know if she is a doctor actually. Do you know what I mean? She's just some woman.
Just go and Google
I'd
it.
go for a good King Kong finger. Anyway, next one. Intensity in the gym. So not coming in, and really, we should only be going like we said, Mondays, Saturdays is really intense days. Coming in once or twice a week and really putting 100% intensity.
I'm only saying because I've done the opposite, where I've just gone mental. No, Monday to Friday.
Monster Mash daily.
I have.
Yeah.
Twice a day.
Oh,
Fuck
good.
it. And then I've been left on Friday, a depressive, crippling mess where I can't. I sit down and talk to someone like I sit down here, start talking like, oh, you. No, really, that's absolutely like, no, I've got to do a workout of it, and I will say stuff. I think we've all experienced. Not Tom, like, but I think we've all experienced.
No, I have. Yeah. I have myself. When I was on the competition program, it just wasn't. It wasn't for me. It was too much. But that you need just to understand, educate yourself on energy systems a bit more. You cannot improve by going 100% every day. You will not. You will go backwards.
With Laura the other day when we did hers, and her Tuesday was meant to be her. Like she only gets an opportunity. She only gets 2 sets to do a max effort.
Yeah.
But the next day she is like out of it. Like she can't turn a car on, kind of out of it. And so we're saying that's got to be rest day where you just do something really simple or just get a proper easy sweat on.
Similar to me. So but this Wednesday was my rest day as well, and we're both just like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Let's put Game of Thrones on and eat loads of food.
Yeah.
If you're in a class, the stimulus, the intent is going to get explained. If you're not, you need to take a bit of do a bit of learning and be like I need to understand a bit more about energy systems maybe, and realise that, like yesterday at the other gym, it was 30 calorie row, 20 burpee, box overs,
Cleans.
10 cleans.
Heavy cleans.
Yeah. And people are looking at it like, that's easy, that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be easy.
No, it's going to be under 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Sprint. Be dead on the floor.
That's it. So sometimes, if you're at a gym where you find yourself going really hard every day, find yourself a new gym.
Yeah.
Because they're not looking after you, and you will.
There are gyms out there that'll do that.
There are, and there are, the gyms that you see, it's like strength metcon, day after day after day.
Yeah.
Just 5-minute blasts every day.
Yeah. I want to get me sweat on after me strength in it. So you see.
I think we talk about, especially with CrossFit, because everyone just thinks CrossFit high intensity. Not true. Like with, I've never felt my best and no injuries, good energy with sleep nutrition, whatever. But from doing my 2 hour days, one either end of the week. And then the rest of them have just been bodybuilding days. Like I've been putting the programs up now, and they've been like nothing wrong with doing some chest and some reverse flies, and then some heavy carries, and I feel mint. Never felt better.
But it's like
no DOMs, no nothing. Feel good, and everything's going the right way.
And that's how you're going to improve. You want programs that you thrive on.
Yeah.
We say this all the time. Thrive on, not survive on.
Yeah.
That build you up, and you can't build your aerobic base. You can't build all your fundamentals battering yourself every day.
I go, and I think when we did that podcast about I think Mom might just join us about getting off Instagram and getting off Facebook and because I go on and I see some of them even at a decent level, and it's 6 a.m. Honestly, this is a quote. What was it, an 18-kilometer row at 6 in the morning? Then it was snatch balance, and then heavy squats, then pulls, then a metcon, and you're like, is that a week or is that a day?
Yeah, but is this an average bloke? Is it
just
someone going to game?
Even in general, man, they're not going to games. It's just that's what they're doing. I'm like,
that's it then. So it's but the thing is, the thing is, their training day is like a thing. It should just be training. They should be improving themselves, and really,
that's why I like
this colossal shit.
Someone who can go hard. When I give them the opportunity, you've got 2 sets. If you waste them in this one day, you've got 2 sets to go mental. If you don't, the day is gone and you're done. And they normally go out and hurt themselves, not in a bad way, in themselves.
No, they hit the stimulus. You've asked them.
They're excited to do it, but you just got to control it.
Yeah, and people are like, nah, I'm gonna do loads all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get off the point a bit. So even if the class asks for you to go hard, if you don't feel like that, speak to the coach, change the stimulus, change the weight, make the workout different, make it right for how you feel.
I put a post in the day about talking to, if you've been doing it for a while and you are getting a bit kind of bored, whatever it is, talk to the coach taking it and just be like, what more can I get out of this, because I'd like to have this today or whatever, do you know, and they've not got a problem with upscale or downscale, or even changing what, just to make it a bit more for you.
So I mean, if someone comes in and they've got a 2-minute Isabel, what's your squat snatch Isabel? What's your 80 kilo Isabel? Think something like that. Change the stimulus. You can always change the stimulus.
Yeah, we always scale it down, but rarely does it get scaled.
Sometimes
I think I've done for my some of my form guys who've got a few knocks and whatever coming into before. I've changed them from just everything is done with a pair of dumbbells. don't care if it's barbell, like programmed.
Yeah.
Everyone does it. Every one of them that needs to, and if that's little bit of variety is enough to like get them back on track or readdress a few imbalances and make them a bit more it's different.
Stop them going really hard when they don't need it.
Yeah.
And
Well, look at push pressing a barbell compared to pushing a dumbbell. It's so much different, and they're enjoying it because they've been doing it for quite a long time. And like, oh, I've never used dumbbells for this amount of time before.
Why am I really rubbish with
Yeah,
dumbbells?
yeah, yeah.
It's definitely
Right.
something you can use to help you, to help you training and stop you from, going too hard all the time. So, yeah, we've got how to improve your recovery, sleep, eating enough, not overeating, eating enough for you. Fats indeed. Yeah, I love it. Cold showers, stretching, massage, mobility, whatever helps you get back to 100% or as close to it for your next training day. And also, like we just said, take rest days when you need, and don't kill yourself in every single session because you do not need it. You will go backwards.
I think a lot of people, obviously this video is going to be called like overtraining under recovery, so a lot of people watching it are going to be people who have seen that title and gone, oh, that's me. But even for the people, if you're watching it and you feel like you're not overtraining or you feel fine, just have a think about it.
Yeah, if you're like, well,
anyway,
I feel fine.
Right, maybe.
I feel fine, but I sleep 6 hours a night and I eat 1,000 calories a day. Well,
Yeah.
maybe, if you improved that, you'll feel better and
I
realise.
suppose it's a good point that like you only know what you know until you put the effort
Well, we
into
said that,
change
didn't we?
something. So like, give it a go, like a day to try and
Just
do
sit down and
your
have a
training in with 2 hours sleep and see what happens because you won't win.
It's not good, is it?
You won't do it. So try it, but then try the other way as well and see what works better.
Mm.
Yeah, little tweaks.
Good.
Mhm.
Good that.
Happy
Yeah.
days.